The second way we can look at the colonies is through their societies. And we're going to treat New England and the Mid-Atlantic colonies roughly equivalent here in the look of society because they're both relatively egalitarian. Now, what egalitarian means, people within the society are roughly equal. In the Puritan societies, Massachusetts and so forth, this was largely based on their religious equality. Everybody was largely a member of the church, and they shared out their land fairly equally as well. The church also meant that people needed to live next to the church, so towns settled, created relatively early. And because there was a town, that becomes a center of commerce, and also it means that schools are going to develop, and Puritans needed schools because part of their religion was that they had to learn to read the Bible so that they could interpret it. This means that relatively democratic political institutions formed rather quickly. In New England, we have the town meetings. We'll talk about that more. But there is also a sense of everybody roughly being on the same plane. Now, this changes as more economics and more industrial growth happens, but it's much more egalitarian than, say, the South. The southern colonies have a hierarchical system, which means there's a hierarchy. There's a few people on the top, and those few people on top control the rest of the society. Now, below the people at the top in the society is largely based on the plantation. The people that are in charge are the planter elites, the people that have large plantations. The people below them are the people that had some small farms. Later they're going to have like a few slaves. Maybe they don't have any slaves at all. And then at the very bottom of that social structure are the slaves themselves. The slave system was actually brought to the Carolinas by settlers from Barbados. And those that did come from England went to Barbados and both got their slaves and took the slave system from that island. So what happens in the South is a very strict race-based slavery system in addition to this hierarchical system. Now, because plantations emerged early on as well, that means that there was very few towns or cities in the South, unlike in the North, which meant that there was no sort of common shared experience that we're going to see up in the North.